Coach. Just your statement from this past week, and obviously Valley play underway now. South Dakota coming in town.
Excited to be back home. Memorial Stadium, got a great opponent coming in here. They're a ranked team. Started off as number 3 ranked team, and I think they're every bit of that. So got a huge challenge. We got to get some things cleaned up. Obviously didn't perform up to our standard. We know that as coaches, as players, but we're ready to get back to work.
How much does it help playing a ranked opponent like Southern now going into an even tougher Dakota team?
Well, I think it started in the Montana game. You know, I think you get a feel for the top ranked teams. We showed good signs at times. We got to be more consistent on all 3 phases. And we've got some things we got to get cleaned up this week, but ready to get back to work.
And how much more does it help to be playing here instead of, say, there?
Well, I enjoy both. I enjoy getting on the road because it's just us. But we haven't been home for a month, and it sure is good to be back home.
And just the going into South Dakota, their offense. I mean, Boomin went for 185, Phillips for 244, and then Lorenzo Fenner for 108. How do you start? How do you prepare for that?
Well, you know, they're explosive on offense. Starts with their quarterback. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He can throw it. He's got mobility, but he's a great player. But it's going to start with him. We got to do a great job of keeping the ball in front of us. And then when they run the ball, which they got a great running attack, we've got to be able to cut the ball and gang tackle.
You mentioned their defense kind of flies around too, and how does the offense get ready to, especially with maybe Plez out and Keegan out? What's the offense plan now?
Well, I think, you know, just to be better and more consistent. You know, we've got the big playability, but we've got to be sound in what we do, and that's all 11 guys. But I thought there was some improvement. There were some positives coming out of the Southern Illinois game. I thought our running game showed great signs. I thought our offensive line improved. We still got some improvement to do, but our running game was a positive. Nick Osho really showed some signs, and he's done that throughout the year as well.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about Nick Osho. I mean, you look at the last 2 weeks, back-to-back 100-yard games, back-to-back multi-rushing touchdowns, 211 yards this past Saturday at SIU. Just what have you seen from him over the last couple of weeks that's going to continue to carry forward?
Well, you know, you've seen that since the day he's been here, what type of teammate he is. He could be a starter on all 4 special teams. He's the first one down on the kickoff. But obviously his role has increased on the offense, so I've limited some of the special teams reps. But you saw that. You saw that in special teams, and when he got in there at running back, he's made a lot of things happen.
Defensively, got a boost this past week. This guy over here to the left, been able to dress out and get back out in the field. How important is it to get Dallas back, especially with Braxton having to potentially sit out that first half?
Yeah, you know, obviously Dallas was elected captain by his teammates. It brings a lot of value, brings a great leadership, and how he's taken about his injury and coming back. No one's more into the game than him. So when he got in there, sure, he was a little rusty, but he knew what he was doing, which I never had a doubt. But I can't say enough about him as a young man, as a teammate. That's why his teammates elected him captain. But having that leadership out there is going to help.
It's been 4 weeks since you've been home, Jim. I've been on the road for about a month now. How important are these next 2 games, just being here at Memorial Stadium, preparing for the rest of the season, but also just being back in front of that home crowd, home atmosphere?
Well, it's huge. It's huge to be back. Maybe back in a familiar environment, be back at home. But we've got 2 great opponents coming in here, and the most important one is this one coming up here at homecoming. But it's great to be back. You know, where we've got these guys ready to go this week, and but we got a great challenge.
Dallas, I guess I'll just ask you kind of a real simple thing here. What are maybe the key things the team has learned over the Montana and Southern games with the big opponent coming in on Saturday?
I think the biggest thing we've learned is that we've got to be more consistent. Each game we've shown spurts of being good. Defensively we've gotten off the field, whether it was early, late, in the middle. We've done it all, but now we've got to do that throughout the entire game. And then I think part of that is, never getting too high, never getting too low, just staying right in the middle all 4 quarters until there's to all the zeros around the clock at the end of the game.
Does Keegan help you in sort of maybe pre or even Owens getting ready for these other quarterbacks?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, both of them obviously can run. Both of them can extend plays. So practicing against those two is obviously extremely helpful for us. You can't teach, trying to keep a kid in the quarterback or keep a quarterback in the pocket, but so being able for those guys to extend plays on their feet is really helpful for us.
Another good running attack coming into play this weekend with South Dakota. I think their backs run for 301, 244 already this season, so it's going to be a lot of emphasis on him. What's the defense looking at? What are you guys trying to pick up on going into this week?
Yeah, obviously every defense, the first thing we worry about is stopping the run. So I think we just got to get back to being more, like I said earlier, just being more consistent. That's the biggest thing. We have times where we stop the run really well, and then obviously we have times where we struggled past 3 games. So it's on film that we can do it. We just have to be more consistent doing it, and we will.
Just talk about you. I mean, you got to get back out there on the field. I saw you out there. I think it was the start of the second half.
Mm-hmm.
First action of the season. What was it like for you just going through that process and then finally getting back out there?
Yeah, it was good to finally get back out there. As Coach Mal said, I was definitely knocking the rust off a little bit. I, for one, have to play much better. Didn't play to my standard at all, but it was really good to be out there with the guys again, and flying around and trying to make some plays. So.
Right. Oh, actually, no. One final question too. I mean, talk with it about Coach, but you guys have been on the road for the last 4 weeks. This is your first game back here since Eastern Illinois. Just how important is this week? Just getting back into that rhythm, getting back into that routine of being at home, playing in front of the home crowd at Memorial.
Yeah, I think it's very important. Obviously, we'd always rather play at home, especially homecoming. It'll be a big environment. It'll be a lot of fun. Be a lot of people here. And I think Drew said it earlier this week. He said, let's stay undefeated at home. So I think it's a message we're going to send. We're going to challenge the team to, and we're going to get it done this week.
Drew, how do you go into a game like Saturday and kind of try to protect the quarterback, not really knowing who it might be?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the main mission every week is protect the quarterback. That's our job as offensive linemen. It's what we're in that spot to do. So, I think we have been getting better at it. I don't think we've been well enough to where I know where we can be. We've shown flashes of doing great things on pass pro, but it starts with me up front. I didn't do good enough last game, and when the center doesn't play well, it kind of affects the entire O-line. So we'll be better. We're going to work on it a lot. That was kind of the main emphasis this past week. Coach Mal challenged us, and we didn't quite meet that goal. But that's kind of the goal, is to protect the quarterback. That's what we're there for.
I mean, you have a big job coming in here. Obviously, the defense flies. The defense you said it flies around for the Yotes. So how do you really try to help there? Yeah,
their linebackers fly around. Defensive line's very good. We have a lot of good defensive linemen on our team that help us a lot. Bryce Patterson, Logan Wilson, Dylan. Shane Bennett, they help us at practice every single day to get better. So going against them helps a lot. Our defense does a lot of crazy stuff too, so it helps us kind of get better for that and prepare for that. But it just starts with putting our head down and really just kind of getting to work and finding out what works and what doesn't, and getting better at what we're supposed to be at, which is protecting the quarterback and helping the run game.
You look at just the last 2 weeks, I mean, Nick Osho's kind of revitalized that running game, and it all starts up front with you guys creating those holes for him. Just how excited have you been just seeing him out there and seeing what he's been able to produce, knowing that you guys have been a key partner in just helping that rushing game break loose? I mean, 322 yards, there's something behind that.
Yeah, I think Nick Osho made us look awesome. Our running back room, I think, is one of the best in the country. Plez had that amazing game against McKendree and EIU, and then Osho is just a great guy, great leader of the running back room. Damon came in ready to roll as well. So I think our running back room is one of the best, and them being so good definitely helps us once we get the ball rolling and see him run for a first down, and then a 60-yard touchdown is something that definitely helps and kind of motivates us and makes us feel good, and then they're always right behind us, and first thing they say to us when they get off the sideline, couldn't do it without you guys. So it's awesome to have them backing us up.
looking ahead, I mean, obviously, you've been on the road for a month now, coming back home to Memorial Stadium this weekend. Just how important is this week, these next 2 weeks, just being able to get back at home, get into those routines, get ready for, obviously, still a long season ahead?
Yeah, road games are awesome. You get to go to places you've never been to before and play in front of crowds that you've never played against. And it's definitely awesome to come back home. The family that we all have that comes to these games and just the atmosphere that we have, I feel like has gotten a lot better. And this year, I'm just super excited. That we got a bunch of tough opponents coming here these next couple weeks, and we're ready for it. And homecoming should be fun and a lot of juice and excitement. So we're ready to roll.